Hi everyone, and welcome back to Team Mom Africa. My name is Bulupikoel, and today I want to take you back to my first year as a teenage mom. I was just 17, still trying to figure out life, and then I became responsible for a whole new life. It was a year filled with mixed emotions, challenges, fears of the unknown, but also I had some beautiful triumphs that shaped who I am today. So let's dive into my story. When I had my baby, I had no idea of what to expect. I was scared, I was confused. I remembered, holding her, and I was always lost in thought. I was just wondering if that was the end of me. And I kept asking myself, maybe this, am I really ready for this? Although it is not, the question to be asking at that moment, because the deed has already been done. And, in as much as the birth experience too was quite easy for me, and it was kind of swift. Many said it's because I have high threshold for pain, because the time I realized that, I think I might be in labor, and the time the baby actually arrived was about 1.5 hours, or even less. But it was still kind of an overwhelming experience for me. I remembered vividly that 2 days after the birth, I was saddled with the responsibility of beating her myself. Can you imagine that? Can you beat that? There were, sleepless nights, there were constant feeding. Of course, napkins and diapers were used at that time. So washing clothes was a daily routine, and to say I did not like to wash at all at that time, I didn't like it. Even now, I don't think I like it though, but I had to do it then because there was nobody to help me. And there was so much advices that time, sometimes helpful, but often it was always confusing. I was just a 17-year-old girl. I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulder. I remember the time she had a napping rash. You know how napping rash is. And I did not know what to do, what to apply. Then I decided to apply rub. Rub that has menthol inside. She cried for hours. I couldn't figure out why a peaceful baby would cry that much. I was helpless. My mom wondered when she came back, what could be making this girl to cry? And she asked me what happened, and I related everything to her. She screamed, and she ordered me, remove that napkin right now and wash the rub off of her. That was when we had peace. You can imagine that kind of mistake. But what hit me the hardest was the isolation. My friends were still in school. Of course, we were getting admissions at that time, but I couldn't. So I lost the admission I was supposed to get at that time. They were hanging out with themselves, living their best lives. And I was at home trying to figure out diapers, napkins, how to feed, breastfeed, normal feeding. It was a lonely road, and I often questioned if I was doing anything right. Looking back right now, I realized that those moments of doubt were actually part of my growth. Let me briefly talk about the challenges I faced, and one of the biggest challenges I had to deal with was people's judgment. See, everyone will judge you as if they are all saints you are not. Everyone on the street had an opinion about me being a teenage mom, although some loved to carry her because she was adorable. But so many people doubted me, so many people judged me, so many people even have a terrible opinion about me. Even some family members, they will look at you and be like, since she has given birth now, there is a way they look at you like you are just not something. And some outrightly said you wouldn't make it, that kind of a thing. He actually hurt a lot. I developed a very low self-esteem from that experience. Of course, I went to school eventually, but I couldn't be the best I could because I was always, looking over my shoulder. Like, am I supposed to be here? Am I deserving of something? You know, that kind of a thing. Even 20 years down the line, I still dealt with low self-esteem. That's right. I dealt with low, I had to work on it. Although he also pushed me to prove them wrong, but truth be told, is still hot. Another challenge was finding a balance. At some point, I had to go to school. I wanted to be a good mom, but I also wanted to, hold on to my dreams. And as at that time, it was going back to school time for me. Some days I felt like I had to choose between my daughter and my future, which was actually very heartbroken. I then realized that I didn't have to, give up on my dreams. I just had to work harder to make things happen, And of course, many thanks to my parents for making that experience or that time, making it very easy for me, because I left her for school when she was 11 months old. It was very, very tough. In the midst of all of this, there were moments that made everything worth it. Each time I come back from school, she glues to me and not letting go. When she smiles, I knew I must have actually done something good in my year before. That kind of a thing. Her smile was priceless. That smile was always precious. Whenever I leave, she will always get sick, and my parents will have to take her to the hospital. At a point, my mom had to tell me that, okay, please, I think I need you to be informing her before you leave. And I think I did. Each time I come back home, I'll tell her, okay, I'll be going back, so day, so that she can be ready and all of that. And do you know that simple gesture reduced the frequency of them visiting the hospital when I was not around? Watching her grow and knowing that I was a safe place gave me a kind of strength I didn't know I had. Alright, so lessons learned. Looking back, I learned a lot, and I will take them one after the other. Number one thing that I learned is how to do things I never thought I could. I learned how to feed her, how to calm a baby when she cried. Of course, she can say because she's my baby, not really, but when she cried, calming her, making her feel safe. Every smile, every little milestone reminded me why I was doing this. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And it also helped me in taking care of a younger one 15 years after, because it was actually like, when you've had the experience of something before, it's easy for you to do it another time. The number two lesson that I learned is that it's okay to ask for help. You can't do it alone. I thought I had to do everything on my own, but I didn't. I couldn't. Family and friends can be a good and a big help at that moment. Yeah, it might not be something to be proud of, but you need help. And number three thing that I learned is that mistakes are normal. I told you about the rub thing that I put on her lashes. Yes, I made a mistake, but I learned from them. I made other mistakes, but I learned. I had to learn from them. Mistakes are part of this journey, and they don't make me a bad mother. I don't think I'm a bad mother. I'm not. Number four thing is, it's okay to dream. I realized I could still have my dreams and my goals even as a young mom, even before I got married. It's okay. It's okay to dream. I learned all of this, and I also want other teen moms to know that being a young mom doesn't mean your life is over. It just means that your path is different, and that's okay. If I could go back and talk to my 17-year-old self, I would tell her, you are stronger than you think. Keep going. Because that time you would think the whole of the sin of the world is on your shoulder. So to all the young moms out there, I want you to know you are not alone. Your first year might be tough, but it is also a time of incredible growth, of incredible bonding with your baby. If you are a teen mom and you know someone who is, please share this video with them. We all need a little encouragement sometimes. Please like this video, subscribe, and comment below. Tell me your own journey. Let me hear stories about you. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and being part of Teen Mom Africa. See you in my next video. Bye for now.